Hey Bolo Buddies, thanks for watching. Okay, so I just featured a seller the other day and he reminded me that he sold a beach ball. And it was just a regular beach ball. And I just shared his video, I would say, was it last night? And then I think I shared it to my Facebook group today. But anyway, go check it out. He sold a beach ball, and the only way he knew about beach balls, vintage beach balls being a thing, was from my Facebook group. So yay! Super exciting. I love hearing that from you guys. So please share with me whenever you find a bolo that you learned from the channel or from my Facebook group, because I love hearing that. Okay, so that inspired me to do a video on items that are inflatable. You guys are going to be shocked by this one, and there are quite a few, as you can see up there, and I'm going to move through them quickly. So stay tuned and let's get started. All right, the first one is this US military World War II waist belt type inflatable life preserver. This one makes a little bit of sense to me, okay? This is World War II. It's vintage, very old. There's only, oh, here's some more photos of it. But this sold for $78 with 35 bids plus shipping. All right, this is a lot of 7 vintage blow-up inflatable toys, Japan, new old stock, dead stock, monster horse, etc. So here's what we got. And it looks like these were originally, what, $1? I wish I could see them better. To see exactly, basketball player, a horse. So it looks like those are, and a monster, a cow. Anyway, guys, these sold for $291.79. I want to see what the seller started this at. $9.99. So I bet that they were super duper excited. And these people that were bidding had some major feedback. So I'm guessing they paid. So pretty cool. All right. The next item lot of vintage inflatable bunnies. Here you go, guys. 5 bunnies, inflatable bunnies. These sold for $50.50 with 26 bids. And I don't know how. Let's see. Some hold air very well. Some may have leaks. Most will require some cleaning. All right, guys, there you have it. $50.50 for these bunnies. The next one is this vintage inflatable jumbo balloon Mickey and airplane. So that doesn't even really look like Mickey to me, but I guess they're calling it Mickey. And this is an airplane. And there's only one picture. Let's see. The first is Mickey still sealed, and the second one is an airplane. 747. The plastic on the bottom open, needs cleaned. Sold for $49 with 26 bids plus shipping. And I think I'm pointing in the right direction, but down below there's a little button that says subscribe button. I don't know if it's a button or what you'd want to call it, but it's a little red thing that says subscribe. It's a watermark. That's what it's technically called on YouTube. But if you click that, you can subscribe to my channel if you haven't. All right, moving on. Sorry. Side note there. All right, so this is a vintage rare 60s inflatable blow up post cereal mail away huge sugar bear toy. And he sold for $121.50 with 23 bids. The next item is this vintage 1977 Star Wars inflatable lightsaber. And this came with the blaster also, but this is what the lightsaber looks like. And this sold for $63 with 22 bids. I feel like these are things that you could pick up at a garage sale for super cheap, or like a thrift store that would just be 50 cents or something like that. Vintage The Beatles inflatable 1966 blow-up dolls, 15-inch. Now these I kind of understand. These went for $80. They're the Beatles, you know, people love the Beatles. Very good shape, no tearing, hold air pretty well, but at some point they will deflate. I don't know. So to me that tells me that they have some holes. The next one, okay, this is not a huge bolo, but I just saw it and I had to share it because it's so stinking cute. But if you see it, it's probably not a bolo because this only sold for $17.50. But how cute is this? I mean, I am surprised that this is not a bolo. It's adorable. Adorable. Anyway, it's inflatable Barbie furniture. Flash Gordon vintage inflatable rocket ship toy. This sold for $81.56 with 17 bids. Let's see here. So I don't know if they tested this one or not. Does anybody know, like, with time, does the material of the whatever it is, this ship or whatever these are, does it deteriorate? Is that why um, there's so many that have holes or that are losing air? Because some of those didn't look to be like the Beatles. They looked pretty good shape, but it said that they leak or don't hold air completely. Anyway, I'm rambling. It's almost midnight. It's getting late. All right, the next one is this vintage sealed original package Planet of the Apes inflatable Yurko 19-inch. Here he is. Now that is pretty cool. 19-inch standing figure. Now, is it just the head? I think it's just the head. This sold for $280. 17 bids. I don't know what the quarter's for. This is sealed, but has a tear in the package. Dated 1967. That is cool. Gotta say, but not $280 cool, not in my opinion. All right, so here's a vintage 2000. So 2000, I mean, it's old, but it's not super old. And this is an inflatable beach ball, a 48-inch, and this is new in the package, and it sold for $102.50 with 17 bids. Here's another one. This one's a 48-inch also. And you can see the packaging here. It's, you know, got that vintage look to it. This one does not have a year. Just says vintage. Sold for $42 with 16 bids. So still not bad if you can pick it up for $1. This one's cool. Vintage Bozo the Clown. How would you like to walk into your house and see this guy staring at you? I would not. He's riding a log. It says, Bozo the Clown, ride a log. Don't know. Anyway, this sold for $51 with 15 bids. Here's another vintage 2001 Intex inflatable beach ball. It's a 48-incher. Sold for $60 with 14 bids. Okay, whale. Ride on whale. Now, you guys can see this package is vintage. From 1985. And it says it's new in the box, however, it is being listed as used due to its age, which I think is smart. This sold for $305 with 13 bids. Pretty amazing. I mean, it's just a whale that you ride on in the water. I don't know. Inflatable vintage Snoopy, 1966. There he is. I don't think that they show it blown up. Little dusty from sitting. So it does not say that it was tested, but they're calling it new. And this sold for $46 with free shipping, 10 bids. All right, this is a 1985 Imperial 6-foot inflatable Godzilla King of Monsters. Slow leak, no box. Sold for $52 with 13 bids. So what this tells me, guys, is if you see these inflatables and they are used and they have a hole or a slow leak, they're still selling for decent money. So don't disregard them if they have a leak. Maybe people can patch them. Maybe people don't care. I have no idea, but I would not pay $52 for something with a leak. That's just me. Just saying. All right, this is a Pokemon inflatable table with Pikachu chairs. Nintendo 1999 inflatable. So this is pretty cool. I'm trying to find, where are the chairs? Is this like the chair, these little side things? Are they calling those chairs? I'm confused. There's a foot. Anybody else do this? I do this sometimes, and I'm like, I'll see my socks. I am a sock wearing person, but I usually try and crop it out before I post the uh, picture. But hey, maybe they didn't know their foot was in the picture. Anyway, didn't hurt the listing. It sold for $153.49 with 9 bids, plus shipping. All right, this is a vintage military issue inflatable air mattress. Again, makes sense. It's military. Sold for $42 with 6 bids. Vintage Dr. Seuss vinyl inflatable Horton white elephant has small hole. Again, has small hole. Some more feet. Look, what is up with this? Oh, is our foot here too? We got 3 feet. Anyhow, small hole on the right side. I'm trying to see. Where's the hole? Are they showing us the hole? Nope. Anyway, this sold for $33, so not a huge BOLO, but my point in showing you this is it's another item with a small hole that still sold for $33 plus shipping. All right, 6-foot inflatable dinosaur, Saltosaurus. Super cute. Super cute. We got a thumb in this one. No, that's normal. I always have my hands holding things. This one sold for $61 with 6 bids plus shipping. Okay, now I kind of love this. I kind of love it. This is a vintage mid-century inflatable vinyl footstool, and you can see it's got flowers inside the ottoman, and this really isn't a good picture. Oh man, they probably could have got so much more if the pictures would have been better. And they only used one picture. I don't know. But it sold for $150, 5 bids plus shipping. 1970s inflatable hockey Stanley Cup vintage NHL team logo defunct Seals Blues. Okay. So this is what it is. It's just a trophy here. This sold for $41 with 5 bids plus shipping. The next item is this vintage Star Wars Kenner inflatable lightsaber instructions and blade holder. Okay, so this is not complete. This is just the instructions and the blade holder. Okay? And this sold for $22 with 5 bids plus shipping. Vintage Ronald McDonald 7-foot inflatable blow-up. This one makes sense to me. This sold for $355 with 4 bids, and I totally get it. Whoa. Should have left that picture out. Yeah. So pretty cool. That one is pretty cool. I get that one. I don't know where they found it. Let's see if they tell us. This is original material. No holes. No patches. I actually was looking at one of my posts earlier, and I spelled giveaway in the title. I forgot the E. And then I cut and pasted it into my description, so it not only looked like I spelled it wrong in the title, but also in the description. Thankfully, in my picture to the side, I spelled it right, so at least everybody knew that I knew how to spell giveaway. Anyway, if you guys ever see typos, please tell me, because if someone tells me, I can fix it, and that's less people that are going to see my typo. Anyway, the reason I'm saying that is because this says no holes, and they spelled it wrong. So back to, let's see, there are actually extra patch kits, air pump, which works extremely well. There's also original bag for carrying. As I like to just say that all of my listings to cover myself as a seller and whomever as a buyer, an item that it may have some minor surface scratches, may need cleaning. Anyway, just something they're doing to cover themselves. I never do that. Sometimes if it's something like that, I'll put sold as is as seen in the photo. But let's face it, a buyer can open a not as described whenever they want for whatever reason they want, even if it's not true. The next item is this vintage 1977 Kenner Star Wars R2-D2 inflatable bop bag. Bop bag. Bop, bop, bop. Punch it, bop. Anyway, again, it's almost midnight. Winning bid 131.52 with 4 bids. Pretty cool. I like that one. I get that one. 6.5-foot vintage vinyl inflatable Santa Claus. This one only had 3 bids, but it went for $154.50. I wonder how they know it's vintage. Let's see. I do not know the age of this Santa. The lady I got it from said her family used it for decorations back in the early 80s. That's how they know. Because I'm like, is there some sort of marking on it? That's what I like to see. Okay, now this one is cool. This is a good picture. That other picture just was not good. It did not show it well. So how cool is this? This is an inflatable ottoman flower footstool. I love it. I love it. I think it's adorable. I can't believe it didn't go for more, honestly, because this picture's fantastic. And this one didn't go for as much as the other one. Come on, guys. Do you think this is cool? Comment below. Tell me what you think about the ottoman. It sold for $124.50 with 3 bids. If I found one of these, ooh, I might keep it. I really like it. The next item is this scarce vintage 20s hand inflatable leather football. There it is. It's all out of air. Oh, there it is, blown up. That's pretty cool. Holds air without a leak. That's what I was wondering. It only went for $45. I'm actually surprised. Rare Teddy Ruxpin's 1985 Airship toy model playset, inflatable world of wonder. So I'm trying to figure out what is inflatable on this. Does anybody see anything inflatable? Oh, is this what's inflatable, this little thing right here? I'm so confused. What is that anyway? Where does it hook to? Anybody ever seen one of these? Anyway, it sold for $120, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Here's another ottoman. Ooh, this one's cute too. I don't know, maybe it's really ugly in person, but it looks super cool in the picture. This one sold for $41. That is it. I don't get it. I think if I had one of these, I would start the auction at like $99.99. Sometimes you just, if you list it too low and nobody's looking at that time for the item, you lose out. So let's see. Does say, says shows signs of age and use. I only wiped it off with a cloth. This has a black line, looks like marker that may come off with cleaner. So maybe that's why. This one does have some issues. I'm trying to see where the black marker is though. I don't know. All right, the next one is this vintage Intex Recreation inflatable indoor-outdoor reindeer, 48 inches tall, tested. It only had 1 bid, but that's all it takes. It sold for $99.99. Doesn't this look like something you'd see at an estate sale? Hanging out over in the corner, and they want like $150 for it. Just kidding. The next item is another ottoman. Sorry guys, I kept seeing the ottomans and I was just intrigued by it. Now this one is super pretty. Oh, anyway, This one sold for 150. See, that's what I would have done. I would have started the auction high, and if I only got one bid, I would have been happy with it. I don't know. That's kind of what I did with my, I did a garage sale haul this weekend, and I posted a video on it, but I got a bunch of American Girl Bitty Baby. I had never even heard of it, but apparently it's like American Girl line, but they're babies. And I got a bunch of clothes and accessories and like dressers and changing tables and just a bunch of stuff at a garage sale this weekend. And most of the stuff I started auction style, and I just started my auctions at the minimum I wanted to get. So I searched solds. I kind of researched what they were selling for, and that's kind of where I started my auction. Now, if they don't sell, I will probably change them to buy it now or best offer, or I'll run the auction one more time. But right now I'm getting lots of views, lots of offers because I have auction or best offer. So I think some of this stuff's going to sell. I'm pretty excited about it, actually. If you didn't check out that haul, definitely check it out. It should be towards the top. It was just last weekend, but super fun. I love finding good stuff. So here we go. Okay, this is a vintage wall mount Gilbarco air meter, tire inflator, oil, gas service station. So this is probably not something anybody's going to find, but this person found it. That's what I always say when everybody's like, I'll never find that. Well, this person found it. So let's see if it tells where they found it. It's good. There's lots of, please zoom in. Okay, so they did not tell us where they found it. Don't you wish that everyone was as open as me and told you where they got it, what they paid for it, and what it sold for? That would be amazing. Anyway, this sold for $980. I wouldn't even know what that was if I saw it. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for it, though. Pretty cool. $980. 41 bids. As found and appears to be complete. So they found it, guys. They found it. All right, this one is super cool. This is a 1977 Ronald McDonald helium balloon head. McDonald's sign inflator cover. Okay, so this sold for $425. And remember that, okay? 39 bids, sold for $425. Now it does have free shipping. Okay, and you can see his head's kind of got some, dents and scratches and missing paint. So he's not in mint condition, all right? And I think it just fits over like a helium tank, right? And then it blows the balloon up through the mouth. Anyway, I feel like I've seen one of those like at an event or something. Okay, so $425 free shipping. Remember that. This one is New York World's Fair Souvenirs, Hollywood inflatable buttons and pennants. This sold for $41.01 with 9 bids. So this has some other things with it, but you can see it's got the inflatable, looks like a water tube, water ring, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so here's another one. So this is the same thing, a 1977 Ronald McDonald head helium balloon. This one only sold for $240 with 21 bids, and it's local pickup. So I think when you only offer local pickup, you're like this person's in Maryland. More than likely, the buyer is going to be in Maryland, which really decreases your eyes that are on the item. Plus, this one's nose is a little rough. I think the other one actually was in better shape. So that's probably the difference in why the other one went for so much more. So I think when you're searching solds and you're trying to compare items to maybe something you have, it's important to look at these factors like, was it free shipping? Was it free local pickup? Do they ship? What condition is the item in? So everything can lead to, like, I guess what I'm saying is, yes, this is a BOLO, but if you get one that's completely in horrible condition, it might not be a BOLO. Or it could be even, it could sell for even more. So just keep that in mind. I think most of you know that. That's probably nothing new. The next item is this vintage inflatable dinosaur ride-on float raft. Okay, so I am totally looking for these ride-on rafts that are vintage. I'm going to be looking for them. This one didn't go for as much, but that whale was awesome. But this one went for $38.50. I don't think this one's as old. Yeah, this one's only 2009. So that's not even that old. I wouldn't even, is that even vintage? But either way, the whale, I'm looking for the whale. This guy, if I see him, I'd buy him if he was a buck, because he sold for $38.50 with 12 bids, but not a huge BOLO, plus shipping on that one. Okay, I think it's pronounced Jemmy or Gimme. I don't know. Anyway, 8-foot Dr. Seuss, The Grinch, and Max air blown Christmas inflatable 8-foot with box. Okay, they've been tested and work great, have minor wear, so these are used. This guy sold for $96 with 48 bids. And I don't think he's vintage. Maybe he is vintage. No reserve auctions. Let's see what they started it at. I like finding the people that start the auctions really low. 99 cents. Okay, I gotta dig into their store. Hold on. See other items. Oh, they don't have any other items. Womp, womp, womp. I was all excited. If you go into my playlist, I have a playlist for sellers that start auctions low. I think there's a Goodwill where they start their items for $9.99. And then there's another like guy that sells like vintage and antiques and they start everything at 99 cents. And I can't remember what the other one was, but I found 3 so far. And I'm keeping a playlist because I think that they are a great resource for resellers like us to go and source from, because they start everything low and sometimes you get lucky. All right. The next one is this Michelin Man, Mr. Bib inflatable blow up 9-foot built-in air pump. Now he's pretty cool. I kind of get this one. He sold for $424 with 47 bids. I love it. Like, where would you get something like this? Super rare, only available from Michelin corporate advertising reps. Was told that the cost of these was $800 to $1,000 each. So it's used but in perfect working condition. Pretty cool. It's a lot of money, $424. It did have free shipping, so the seller will eat a little bit there. All right, another Mickey Mouse. This one's from 1960 by Ideal Inflatable. Or Ideal, it's an inflatable. Man, that's a blurry picture. It's hard to look at. Mickey Mouse inflatable by Ideal. That's it. Sold for $73.51, 29 bids plus shipping. Star Wars lightsaber. Okay, this one is in the box. It says used. It sold for $177 and 28 bids plus shipping. I just got an alert. Somebody's sending me a BOLO. I love it. You guys keep sending me your BOLOs in my Facebook group. If you're not in my Facebook group, down below in the description, I've got a link. Join it. If you have a auction that has a lot of bids and you want to share it with me, I'll be happy to post it in the group. That way we can watch it as a group. It's a lot of fun and it helps everybody learn. I also do featured seller videos. I have a playlist. Check it out if you haven't seen one of those. If you want to be featured, get with me on Facebook through Messenger, and I would love to feature you. All right, the next item here is another Jimmy or Gimme 7-foot Santa